A powerful hurricane has hit Russia's Siberia region, causing mass destruction and fires. The hurricane struck Khakassia and Altai republics in southern Siberia, as well as Krasnoyarsk and Novosibirsk in the region. Some districts and large cities in the region have been left without electricity, while the wind is tearing off roofs, destroying houses and other infrastructure facilities. In some areas, landscape fires are raging, spreading to entire streets and houses. Trucks are overturned on roads. The fire has already reached federal highways and residential buildings. The Krasnoyarsk region's emergencies ministry reported that as of 1300 hours there are 20 landscape fires in the region. Some of fires are not contained in time due to strong winds, causing flame to spread to residential buildings. In addition, the towns of Sayanogorsk and Abakan in Khakassia Republic are covered by a dust storm. There have been no official reports about casualties, however, local telegram channels reported that the hurricane has left casualties.
Напротив Новоенисейской заправки сильно огонь идет большой.
Recently, Z channels published footage of the moment an air bomb hit a dam in Kursk region. The video shows that the bomb deviated significantly from the target. Experts are confident that the enemy attempted to strike at the Ukrainian armed forces position in the Popovka area. Forbes reports, all the advantages of gliding bombs are negated by effective radio jamming. By blocking the signal between the bomb and the navigation satellite, the Ukrainian armed forces often divert them from their original target. However, in this case, there was no radio jamming. The dam holds back a river near Popovka, a border settlement in Belgorod. Shortly after retreating from the neighboring Kursk Oblast, after their supply lines were severed in February, Ukrainian brigades launched a shallow incursion into Belgorod that continues weeks later. The fighting in the oblast is currently concentrated in Popovka and nearby Demidovka, both largely under Ukrainian control as of late March. According to the Ukrainian Center for Defense Strategies, Russian troops counterattacked and marched back into Demidovka on or before Wednesday. Ukrainian Air Force Sukhoi Su-27 fighters have been supporting the Ukrainian forces in Belgorod primarily by bombing bridges carrying Russian reinforcements into the oblast. Experts say the enemy used a new ODAB-500 aerial bomb to hit the dam. It is a precision thermobaric munition that sprays a flammable aerosol and then ignites it. Military analysts said it was an odd choice to use this type of bomb to destroy the dam. It would be more effective if it were used against personnel in a confined space. To blow up the dam and flood the surrounding area, you would need to hit the ground and concrete with a very large, ground-penetrating high explosive. This type of bomb is, in a sense, the opposite of the flimsy thermobaric bomb. Experts concluded that the enemy may have been attacking not the dam itself, but rather the Ukrainian positions near it. Ukrainian journalist Andrei Saplienko writes that Putin's army also used the new cabs to strike the frontline city of Seversk. It's unfortunate for them that the radio jamming that protects so many other Ukrainians apparently doesn't extend into Belgorod. If the jamming does extend into Belgorod, it at least failed to throw off the one ODAB-500. The crisis continues for Russian troops near Pokrovsk. This is evidenced by a message from Russian militant Svyatoslav Golikov published in the Telegram channel Philologist in Ambush. In a screenshot posted online, he openly admits Ukrainian drones have completely paralyzed Russia's offensive actions and the front is cracking from logistical failures and a lack of resources. Ukrainian journalists and blogger Denis Kazansky, who published the post of the Russian occupier, calls on Ukrainians to donate drones that are burning out Russian supplies and infantry. Golikov complains about the total dominance of the Ukrainian armed forces in the air, directly calling the situation "the sky is behind the cockle." According to him, Russian troops cannot even transfer reconnaissance drones since Ukrainian equipment instantly destroys them in the air. As a result, offensive actions on the southern flank of the Pokrovsk direction have turned into exhausting and senseless butting heads in the same places. As the Russian soldier admits, there are counter-battles in the area of Uspenovka and Shevchenko, but the situation has already turned in Russian favor, only according to Golikov himself, while the real conditions say the opposite. The Ukrainian armed forces hold the grey zone and periodically repel enemy attempts to advance using FPV drones, guided artillery and mobile groups. A separate topic of complaints was the problem with logistics, the delivery of ammunition. Fuel and even water has become almost impossible. According to Golikov, equipment has to be abandoned on the side of the road and then the soldiers walk 10 kilometers. In the forest plantations, it is a complete disaster, without water at all, he emotionally describes, hinting at the threat of dehydration and death. The situation described by Golikov once again confirms that drones have become the main weapon of the Ukrainian armed forces, which effectively disrupt logistics, destroy enemy infantry, and disrupt any offensive plans of the enemy. The Ukrainian army, despite difficult conditions, holds key positions and wears down the enemy, who is increasingly panicking. Russian telegram channels increasingly resemble a chronicle of despair, complaints, fear, lack of water, chaos, vulnerability to the Ukrainian armed forces. The mood in the trenches confirms that the real state of affairs on the Russian front is not at all what is being reported on Russian TV.